criminal justice, healing, education. Let's awaken the people. My bad, you guys. Good morning, afternoon, evening. If you guys don't know who I am by now, my name is Holly. I am the lovely host slash founder of this lovely program, Morning Mimosas, where we value human life, criminal justice, healing, and educating for the Black and minority communities with a note that we love all people. But before we get this episode started, you guys know how we do here at Morning Mimosas. Here is a lovely message from a few of our lovely partners.
Sanjanette Sayers here from Imuna Soaps and Essentials. Just wanted to send out a reminder for all of you Morning Mimosa community members. If you go to my website and use promo code MM23, you will get a percentage off of your entire order. And my website is www.emunahsoaps.com. God bless.
Hey y'all, it's Auntie Harley, CEO, founder, and owner, lots of hats, of Ganelle's Crafts. Speaking of hats, our signature product, the Flower Crown, can be found right at our Instagram page, Ganelle's Crafts. But that's not even why we're here. I'm here today, number one, to give a shameless plug for these do-rags, because y'all been eating these up, okay? And number two, I'm giving another shameless plug. If you mention the amazing podcast, Morning Mimosas, shout out to the beautiful host, Holly, at your checkout, you get $10 off your full order. And we make some of everything, baby, not just do-rags and hats. So definitely come see us over at Ganelle's Crafts. If we haven't made it already, if you send us an idea, we could probably make it for you. We adore you. We love you. From our family to yours, get you something handmade.
I just want to say thank you to all of Morning Mimosa's lovely partners, even the ones that are not in that brief commercial. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. Please shop Imuna Soaps and Essentials and Ganelle's Crafts. And then please, if you are in the Denver metro area, you guys know I'm big on mental health. That's the episode today. Please, please, please look for Michelle Simmons' services if you are in a mental health crisis or you just want to begin a healing process. Please get in touch with them. So today's episode, guys, mental health and criminal justice. Two of the biggest things that Morning Mimosa values, right? The reason for today's episode is because I want to talk about the correlation with criminal justice and mental health. Now, there is a lot of issues around mental health and criminal justice, especially pertaining to the majority, right? For example, if a white person commits a crime and they claim mental illness, sometimes they're more likely to believe them versus a minority. So let's dive into this, guys. Criminal justice and mental health definitely go hand in hand. There are a lot of people who are currently in prison because they committed heinous crimes against other people due to some sort of mental illness, whether it was a mental illness derived from childhood or if it was a mental illness derived from drug use, or if it's a mental illness that's derived from other sources, societal, economic, socioeconomic, all of that stuff. Just all it all boils down to, let's please take care of our mental health so we're not in prison because we decided to exuberate our anger at someone or something or whatever the situation is. Guys, it's time. I told you guys, I will always get on your asses about taking care of your mental health. It's just as important as taking care of your physical health. I don't know why people don't think that taking care of their mental health is important enough, but it's definitely important enough for me. So, and it's important enough for me to tell you guys this every single time as well. Take care of your mental health. It's absolutely important. I don't know why we sit here and not prioritize something that can turn into a physical reaction. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys don't know, if you guys have a mental health problem, it can turn into a physical reaction. Yesterday, I was overly stressed, right? That's part of mental health. What happened? Right, I got a headache. There you go. Mental health turning into physical health. We've got to change that, ladies and gentlemen, especially when it comes to our human being, but specifically we're talking about in the realm of criminal justice. So I'm going to show you guys a video that I found on TikTok that has to do with criminal justice reform. I'm very, very big on that because as much as I want to put people in prison, I also want to get people out of prison too. So here is a small clip that'll be talking about prison reform and mental health.
Our prison system is in dire need of reform. It's a system that often perpetuates cycles of incarceration, rather than addressing the root causes of criminal behavior. Advocating for prison reform means prioritizing rehabilitation and reintegration, not just punishment. By investing in education, job training, and mental health services for inmates, we can equip them with the tools needed to rebuild their lives upon release. This approach not only reduces recidivism, but also promotes safer communities. It's time to shift our focus from punitive measures to restorative justice, fostering a society where second chances and redemption are at its core.
I absolutely love that. When I was in my criminal justice class, I actually learned a lot about restorative justice. And it really saddens me that this country doesn't do more of restorative justice, meaning making sure that the victims are a part of the justice system, and then making sure that the offenders are giving back to the society that they've wronged. So just keep that in mind. Restorative justice is something that needs to be in all aspects of the criminal justice system. It's more so about punishing the victim, punishing. Well, actually, yeah. Let's be honest. They punish the victim too, because sometimes the victim doesn't have a say. So that's where the restorative justice comes in. And then with the inmate himself, him being able to be redeemed in society and give that victim back something that they may have took from them. So that's just another really, really big thing about mental health and criminal justice, guys. Please. I don't want people to think that there is a correlation. Some people are, really are just evil, and that's just absolutely insane. But other than that, it literally is down to a mental health effect. It's absolutely insane. I'm actually going to be sharing a story here momentarily about a couple that went through a mental health issue pertaining to the wife. She murdered her husband. Here is the wife. I'm going to let you guys take a look at this for a second. The wife's name was Watasha Denton, and her husband was Norman McCaster. So let's take a look at this for a few seconds. Just take a look, and I'll be back momentarily. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Watasha Denton McCaster, and this is Norman McCaster. In 2012, the body of Mr. McCaster was found in near Springfield, Illinois. And the reason I bring up this case pertaining to mental health and criminal justice is because she decided, because she thought she was this perfect person, that she would kill her husband. And this is, viewer discretion is advised, this is where Mr. Norman's body was found almost 12 years ago. And he was decapitated. They only found his torso. They've never found his legs, his arms, or his head. They only found literally his torso, but they were able to identify him through DNA. Now, the issue with this wife is that she thought that her husband should have been perfect for her, doing everything that a wife or a husband is supposed to do for a wife. And I just wish somebody would have gave her some kind of like reality check, because the fact that she really was very demanding on her husband being like this perfect man. And I'm telling you guys, this story is absolutely insane. She had a calendar for when their 2-year anniversary was supposed to. She killed them. She killed him on their 2-year anniversary. Just want to point that out, because he wasn't becoming this perfect husband for her by the time of their 2nd wedding anniversary. So Miss stupid ass Watasha Denton, I'm sorry, you guys know me, I don't like killers, decided that because her husband wasn't perfect, that she would go to a Walmart. And shout out to Crime Watch Daily for the photos here. But this is Miss Watasha Denton buying the stuff that she would later use to cut her husband. So this is her at the Walmart buying the reciprocating saw, the bags, and everything else. And she bought it at an odd hour, by the way. And here is the receipt for, I know it's not that clear, but here's the receipt for some of the stuff that she bought on that weird evening. And if you guys see that timestamp, for those of you who are good with military time, it says 23:53. That's 11:53 at night when she was buying these very, very odd things. Why was she doing this, ladies and gentlemen? Because her husband wasn't perfect enough for her. And what does that all lead to? A mental health issue, because everybody knows that nobody's perfect. And that's why I bring up this case, because she had a serious mental health issue that she should have addressed, instead of thinking that she should have made her husband a perfect husband. Because there's no such thing as a perfect person. Now, if you believe in God like I do, the only person that was perfect was Jesus. Okay? Absolutely insane what she did to this man. And luckily for us, she is spending the rest of her life in jail. She got 78 years in a Illinois state prison. So she will be away from all the rest of us for the rest of her life. Because, like I said, the way she killed her husband, Norman, and he was part of the National Guard. He tried to make her happy, but mental illness got the best of her, literally. And this is where I come to also say this to people. Please, please, please take care of your mental health so you're not in prison for committing crimes like this. You don't own anyone. Okay? I'm speaking in different realms here. You don't own not a near person. I gave birth to my son and my daughter, and I don't own them. You understand? We don't own people. So we need to have some kind of emotional intelligence to be able to move forward. We lack emotional intelligence, ladies and gentlemen. And it's absolutely insane. Thank God I've matured from that, because I used to, be emotionally, very just dumb, emotionally stupid. I'm just going to say it like that. But as I get older and I start looking at these cases, and as I'm becoming a detective and everything else, I look at all aspects of when people commit a crime, especially the mental health part, because people don't like to talk about that, especially the minority communities. So here I am just thinking, like, if somebody would have been a martyr in the community, say, hey, take care of your mental health. Hey, you don't own that person. Get over them. Stop stalking them. Leave them alone. Go get some help. we would be in a way better realm, and there wouldn't be so many people in the grave. Because there's so many people in the grave right now because somebody else's mental health told them, hey, I own you. You can't leave me. You can't do this. Tell you guys a different story that I just learned recently. It was a lady named Monique. Her and her new boyfriend were happy. She was pregnant with her second child. She had an older child by her ex-husband, but the ex-husband was not happy about his ex-wife moving on and being pregnant by another man. So what the ex-husband did is that he ended up gunning her down, and then he shot the boyfriend. He survived. Another case of, if I can't have you, nobody can. You got to get help for that, ladies and gentlemen. Too many people, like I said, are in prison because they did not use their minds in the correct way. And their minds should have been in a process of healing from that heartbreak. But instead of healing from that heartbreak, they decided to do what? The unthinkable. Absolutely insane, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely insane. Ladies and gentlemen, take care of your mental health. I will be the person that gets on your ass about that every single time. Take care of your mental health. It is absolutely insane how many people are in the grave because somebody else's mental health was diminished to great capacity. It's time for people to grow up. It's time for people to know that, hey, I have a problem. It's time for me to take care of it. Now, I'm going to speak to the brothers and sisters who are currently in prison with mental health issues. Prison systems need to do more to offer those services, just like that video clip I just showed you from TikTok. They need to offer more mental health services so when they come out of jail, they have a chance of being rehabilitated in society. They're not doing that. They're not doing that at all. We're sitting here wondering why somebody comes out of prison and then they reoffend. Well, you didn't give them the tools. You decided to punish them, but you didn't decide to help their other aspects to help them be a better human being coming out of prison. Where's the responsibility there? I just see way too many cases of men and women coming out of prison and reoffending because they didn't get the resources that they needed to make sure that all aspects of their health were taken care of. That's where I come in as well. That's why I want to be a detective with a twist, is what I say. Because I want to make sure these people get justice. And I also mean the prisoners in jail get justice too. Because some of them are in there for very petty offenses and for some reason get, a lot of time because there's some states that have the 3-strike rule and, all that pettiness. I'm going to get that changed too. And they need help in there so they can come out of prison reformed, so they don't reoffend. They don't go back to the life that they knew that got them in prison in the first place. We need to stand up as a community, ladies and gentlemen. What are we doing? What are we doing just sitting here? And I think that's another reason why I decided to do this Morning Mimosas podcast, because I was a tired human being. I'm tired of seeing the same things happen over and over and over. And now I'm a voice for the criminal justice system and for mental health and making sure that both of those things go hand in hand, especially the mental health help for the criminal justice system. They're more about punishment instead of everything else. And it's absolutely insane. Yes, we should punish criminals for their crimes. Duh, I'm all for that. But what about the ones who are only serving minimal sentences? And then they go back out and do those same stupid crimes. And then depending on what state you're in, the 3-strike rule may apply or it may not apply. Who knows? It's time for us to stand up. It's time for us to take care of our mental health so we can avoid the criminal justice system. It's simple, guys. Take care of yourself so you're not out here committing crime. Mental health and drug use also go hand in hand with criminal justice. If you do these drugs, I've noticed some people don't have the best mindset when they're doing these drugs. So just Be mindful. Get your family member rehab. I mean, if you have to force them, force them. I'm sorry. Like, people are like, well, you can't force people to do something. Sometimes you have to, probably like drag them by the collar or something and, send their ass to rehab, because you can't. People can't function this way. It is absolutely insane. There's another story. You guys know I have stories for you guys. I don't know if it was here in Colorado or in a different state. 2 meth heads murdered a third one. And one got 8 years. The other one got 10 years. And they both shot this man. So whatever state that is that decided to give him such light sentences for that, good luck when both those individuals get out. And some states you have to serve 75%. Some states you have to serve 85%. So when they serve their minimal time, good luck trying to wrangle them back up, because they're going to commit crimes again, because unless they get the help that they need while they're in prison to get off of that habit, they will reoffend. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you guys, please, please, please take care of your mental health. Don't end up like her. Don't end up like this lady. Don't end up like her, killing her husband because she wanted perfection. And rest in peace to this young man. Start taking care of yourself. Take care of your mental health, because it does turn into a physical reaction. Stop waiting to do therapy. Go do therapy today. At the beginning, I gave you guys a resource. If you're in the Denver area, use that resource. Get therapy. Start somewhere. Do you guys really want to do the same thing over and over again? What is that called when you do the same thing over and over again and expect different results? Insanity. You guys like to live in a world of insanity? I don't. Which is why I choose not to. This is why I choose not to. This is why I choose to care about you guys. I care. If you're in the Denver area and you need some help navigating mental health services, reach out to me. I will give you all the resources that I have to make sure that you become the better version of you. I don't want to see you in jail for petty shit. I want to see you thrive. I want to see you be happy and successful. It's time. Gosh darn it, it's time. Gosh darn it, it is time. I am so sick and tired, which is why I am here today to talk to you guys about giving a fuck about yourself. Take care of your mental health. And the reason I care is because, I love my human race. And I just want to see us do better as humans. Hey guys, so thank you so much for watching Morning Mimosas today. I hope you guys took something from this. I hope you guys took from this that I want you guys to take care of your mental health. I will scream it at you guys. Take care of yourself, because you deserve the best version of you. This is Morning Mimosas, where we value human life, criminal justice, healing, and educating for the Black and minority communities, with a note that we love all people. Take care of your mental health. Until next time.